I sound like a witch. Anyway, Halloween's just right around the corner. What a night to celebrate with American Horror Story Hotel. Now, before I get to the review, which is a spoiler review, so you've been warned, real quick, if you subscribe to my channel, tell me down below in the comment section or send me a private message telling me why you love American Horror Story, the series, this franchise. I guess you can't call it franchise series. You are you're entered to win a Twisty the Clown mug. That's right, and this is worldwide giveaway. So whoever wins this, I will ship it to you. The end date is the end of American Horror Story Hotel season. So subscribe, tell me why you love American Horror Story and your thoughts on the season, and you will have a chance to win this. All right, to the review. We're talking Devil's Night, and I am just going to really talk about what I liked and what I disliked about this episode. But spoilers, you've been warned. Absolutely love the idea of having real life serial killers in this episode. We have Eileen, I forgot her last name, but she is Monster, not serial killer who killed she was a prostitute, played by Charlize Theron. She was in this. She's played by Lily, I believe her name's Lily Rabe, I don't want to butcher her name. The same sister or nun from Asylum. And I love this actress. I think anything she's in, she just brings it up. If you saw her in Freak Show with a little guest appearance, I think a lot of people were hyped to see her again because she does such a fantastic job. I want her as a regular in Hotel. I think she would really bring the series up, and she did tonight. Her performance, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. Performance-wise, she was over the top, but that's the mannerisms the real-life serial killer Eileen had. Now, I saw the movie, but I don't dwell too much into the story. But my mother, she loves reading about serial killers for some reason, and she knew exactly who that was. She was absolutely excited to see this episode because she was in it. And I didn't know that we're going to have serial killers in this episode. I was completely taken by surprise. And it was interesting because when I first watched this and we were learning about Mrs. Evers' backstory and how her son got kidnapped, I was like, you know what? First of all, the guy put him in a chicken coop and he had a bunch of kids. I was like, this reminds me of that one film, and it took back in 1925, I believe. This reminds me of that one Clint Eastwood film that he did with Angelina Jolie, where she had a missing son, and it was pretty much a serial killer who took her son. I don't think she never knew if her son was alive or dead. They never found his remains because there's a bunch of bones scattered. I think it was called Changeling. I can't remember. Maybe it wasn't called Changeling. I think it was called Changeling, but it was the same kind of storyline. I was like, whoa, are they taking from that story because it's based on true events? But we start off with this episode with the guy who's killing these two people in the bed and saying he doesn't need a key. I was like, who the hell is this guy? And it ends up being something Ramirez, which I think, now correct me if I'm wrong, I think he was connected to be the Summer of Sam. Now the Summer of Sam definitely was, like, I know a lot of these serial killers. I don't dwell too much into it to know every single little detail. Hell, I just really knew every single detail about O.J. Simpson's case just the other day. But anyway, going back to the performance, I will get to the serial killers in a minute. Going back to the performance, I think Lily did a great, fantastic job with Eileen. I think that was like my favorite character in the episode. Also, who does a great performance is the bartender. The bartender, I can't remember the character's name, but the bartender does a fantastic job. He was out actually in The Proposal, which kind of tricked me out. I think he's just so subtle. He doesn't go over the top when he could go. It's a cross-dresser, if you know what I'm talking about. That gives John, he's a bartender. But he's just he's a great actor. He really does sell that role, and I think he's the most believable out of everybody. And he's so low, like kind of chill a little bit. Also, I think even Peters, I think Mr. March is awesome. At first he was a little cartoony, a little over the top, but I think Peters is doing such a great job with this character, and he's always been a great actor. And I loved him as Quicksilver. Everybody loves him as Quicksilver, but this role he's playing right now, I think he's just having a lot of fun. And if he's having a lot of fun, I'm having a lot of fun. So he's supposed to be the numero uno serial killer. This is where all the serial killers got it from. Dahmer, the clown dude, who is actually the real life guy. That's American Horror Story. Freaking, I think it was Cassidy or something like that. They were inspired by him, and they made Twisty the clown. We had the Zodiac Killer. Now I definitely know the Zodiac Killer. Nobody caught that little fucker. Robert Downey Jr. Come on, man, or even Jake Gyllenhaal. But yes, like it was just great to see all. I don't want to say it's great because these are all serial killers, but it was a great little speech that Peters gave as Mr. March, and saying, and it's true. All these serial killers, they're killers. They're bad. They're, they were murdered or they were put to death for a reason. However, their murders and all the travesty and all the hurt and all the pain still live on in it's Americana. People are interested in that, and their legacy continues because we make documentaries, we make books, we make films, and it's very, very much true. People who go out serial killing like the Zodiac and not even getting caught, you're a big name. You forever live in all of the destruction you laid upon. So that's a very true statement by Peters. That's a very true speech that Mr. March gave. And it's an interesting concept. Now, that's the interesting stuff I love about American Horror Story, where they kind of they tell you and they make you think, yeah, society does do that. And it's interesting why we do that. And it's interesting why people are interested in serial killers like these and why we're just so fascinated on what they did. Like Dahmer. Dahmer was like one of the most famous ones. And I thought the actor who played Dahmer tonight did a great job as well, portraying him. You got to feel bad for John. John's just losing his mind, but he did it to himself. Why the hell does he keep going to the damn hotel? I don't care if he's trying to find a killer. Do not stay in the hotel. Let's talk about I loved basically how all the actors portrayed the serial killers. I liked the whole scene, the Devil's Night scene. I liked the invitation John got. I thought it really worked with that everything that was going on between the serial killers and John and his character, especially the one-on-one time he had with Eileen Lily. I really thought that was great. When she showed up at the bar, I was like, that's the chick from Monster. That's Charlize Theron, but it's not Charlize Theron. So that was a great scene as well. But let's talk about Alex. Let's talk about Dr. Alex, John's wife. It was so funny. Like, I think it went previews and then went straight back to the series. And she has Holden. I was like, she straight out jacked Holden. That kid still needs a haircut. She's with Holden, and then Holden, of course, was going to eat the dog. Who didn't see that coming? He was going to eat the dog. And then, they go back to the hotel. Lady Gaga tells her, I want to suck your blood. Yeah. And basically, Alex, she decides, because we all knew it was coming. We just knew. We just all knew that she was going to turn into a vamp. And at the end of this episode, she does do that. She turns into a vampire. She gets the virus so she could be with her beloved Holden. And Lady Gaga is very happy to do it for her, which is interesting. I would like to see, well, she said she needed her use. Like, she needed her for something. She needed her devotion. So what is she gonna have Alex do? That's the question. Probably gonna have. She's a doctor, so she's probably gonna have to do something with kids and stuff. Not too much of Lady Gaga though in this episode, but I will say Lady Gaga is doing a fantastic job. I didn't think she was gonna do a good job, but she is, and I think goes for her, of course, and also the writing. This role is meant for her. This role is meant for her, and she's nailing it. So I would love to see different kind of roles she takes on in the future and see if she could really capitalize with this role, but she's doing a really good job. And every time she comes in on screen, you just want more of her because she plays that creepiness so well. She's a creepy girl. She's a creepy girl, I say. Mrs. Evers, like I said, her backstory was pretty tragic. When John went into that room and he could clearly see all that blood, he doesn't ask her questions, nothing like that. You could say it's a hotel getting to him, he's turning crazy, but John, come on. You're about to arrest dead Eileen, but you can't question Miss Evers? Really? You can't go, what the fuck is this? No. Swear to me! No. Can't do it. Can't do it, can you? That's basically all I got. I thought this whole episode definitely was great. The flow of it, the pacing was great. I definitely wanted more of the whole dining dessert thing, especially when Sarah Paulson, Sally gets dessert for the serial killers. That was an interesting concept. And then John, it's kind of weird how he can go from he sees everybody, but then he doesn't see everybody. It's like his mind's playing tricks on him. And Sally's saying, "Oh, I came upon you, and then you were handcuffed, and you're going crazy. You're drinking. Stop drinking." That's basically it. But I want to know more about the hotel. I know more of the history of the hotel, but I want to know why the ghouls, the lingering souls, are still within the hotel. It was interesting how the serial killers explained why they know Mr. March and why he's the master, the Grand Master, the teacher, and how they came to be in the hotel. I thought that was very, very good little storytelling. I did like that aspect to it. I love the music. I think the music for American Horror Story is actually really, really good. It's definitely has that 80s horror type feel to it, and they're definitely playing that to a T, having that Freddy Krueger type feel to it. So overall, I thought tonight's episode was a great episode. I thought it was definitely more coherent than other episodes where everything is just jumbling all around, and you still had a little bit of that, but they focused more on the Devil's Night. They focused more on celebrating Halloween and really taking a look at these serial killers. And because Mr. March is the number one Uno serial killer, he's the one that started it all. So it's going to be interesting what he wants with John. I think he's trying to turn him into the dark side of the force. But we'll see. We'll see about that. So thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It would bring a smile to my face. Comment below. Love to hear all your guys' thoughts on tonight's episode. Did you like the serial killers or no in the episode? And how do you feel about that message? Like, we do praise serial killers, not the way that heroes be praised, but we give them movies, we give them books. We're fascinated by them and what the human mind does. And also, like the video if you like it. I think I already said that. Not sure. And also remember, all you have to do is subscribe, people. Subscribe. Make me happy, but I'm going to make you happy. And tell me down below on the comment section or private message me why you love American Horror Story and what do you think about this season so far. And you could win this Twisty mug. It is awesome. I'm actually thinking about keeping it and not doing this giveaway, but I'm doing a giveaway because I almost dropped it. I almost dropped it. Good thing I left it in the box. But I love you guys. I love all of you. Hug. Let's have a hug here. Yeah, there. Okay, that's enough. Happy Halloween. Be safe. And have some kick-ass costumes. And if you're, going to a party, get drunk, but be safe getting drunk. If you're taking your kids trick-or-treating, make sure you check all the candy. That's a little rule of thumb. Maybe I'll make a video of that. 5 rules to Halloween. So, love Halloween. Favorite time of the year. So, happy Halloween, guys. I'm Dan the Man. Dan's son. See you guys later.